So this is one of those things where somebody gives you two bad options, and they say, which would you rather do? And the answer is, I don't want to make the decision. I'm not there today. I didn't show up to class.
Jordan's messages.
Sponsored by Squarespace.
Josh, we're back to the old set, and we have our whiteboard in the back. I don't know what it says, so let's... ILL or ILL. Could it be a secret code that has to do with the questions? We'll find out, guys. Let's get to the messages. Hey, Jordan and Josh. I've been married for about 7 months now, and I absolutely love being married to my best friend. One thing that's really been bothering me for the past few months, though, is how lonely I've found myself. My connection with my husband is amazing, and we're doing great, but I feel like I don't really have any other real friends despite still living near a lot of them. We got married young. I'm 20 and my husband is 22, and most of our friends are still in college, or at least not in the same stage of life that we're in, and I feel like that's causing a lot of disconnect between me and my friends. Along with that, I'm working and dealing with chronic illness, and I'm exhausted, and making time to see people is difficult, and most of my friends are really busy too. My husband has some really strong core friends that he's had for a few years now. We've made friends with people in church who are in more similar stages of life as us, but it's still difficult for me to just feel like I don't have anyone really close to me. Do you have any advice on finding closeness within friendships / making new friendships close while being in different stages of life / dealing with chronic exhaustion and doctor's appointments and not having time? How do you make friends these days? That's the age-old question. That's the question that we all have to ask ourselves. How do you make friends these days? Sometimes, especially after you get married, I'm not trying to scare people away from marriage, but especially if you get married younger, or if you have friends who none of them are married and you're not even young, it's just none of your friends got married for some reason. You're in a weird place, and it's just hard. It's really hard when you, like the other day I was talking to a friend I hadn't talked to in like a year and a half. Grew up with the guy. Talked to him like it was just like we talked every single day for the last year and a half. And it's because we grew up with each other. I know his parents. I know his relationship with his siblings, with his parents, where he went to school, what we did together, all this stuff growing up. I have this full context of him and of me. And even though we've separated in our, what we do every day in our lives and jobs and things like that, that core connection it still allows us to be just as close as if we talked every day. And that is hard to find. I'm not going to say it's impossible to find later in life, but you just have to appreciate those friendships that you cultivated growing up. And like, I don't even know if it's replicatable.
Replicatable.
Whatever. I don't know if you can replicate that. I don't know. This is something that I've wondered myself. Because, yeah, you go to church, you meet people that are in the same... But, yeah, who are you? I don't know. Like, I can see who you are now, but who were you, like, growing up? I know that maybe that doesn't necessarily matter, but it does to me. It helps me to form, like, a cohesive... Not just this little snapshot, and now we're like here sitting next to each other in church. It's like it's hard. It really is hard, and I don't know. I honestly don't know what the answer is. As much as I can just say, I don't really look, not to necessarily look for friendships as like, what can I need this. I need this to fulfill me, as much as like,
How can you invest in other people?
Yeah, and if you're at a different stage of life than they are, maybe what you're at right now isn't having a bunch of girlfriends and you all went to the same high school or you all know each other. Like, maybe that's just not where you are right now, and maybe that's just a different stage of life. Maybe later on in life, more of that will evolve and come about as, things naturally happen, but maybe right now it's just a different time in life, and all this stuff just kind of happens naturally. The same way you had friends when you were growing up was natural. Maybe this is more normal, and maybe more normal stuff will happen later. I don't really know. We're all kind of in the same boat at this point as we all age at the same time. So, you know, your guess is as good as mine. We'll figure it out later.
I think you just have different stages of life, and it helps to just, like you said, just kind of recognize, all right, this is where I'm at right now. I'm in the just got married stage of life.
I'm in the 15 days to slow the spread stage of life. How long will it last for? How long will it last? But it ends.
Eventually.
Eventually. I don't know. Are we out of it now? I don't know. Now, guys, no matter what kind of project you're starting, like us with this YouTube channel, or me with my podcast, you need a good-looking site to let people know your project is for real. We've tried many different platforms, trust me, over the years, and the best one we've used is Squarespace. Squarespace makes everything so simple. Beautiful templates you can have up and running in minutes, email marketing, video creation, site analytics, it's all 1 or 2 clicks away and easy to navigate. They have a template no matter what kind of site you want to create, whether it's a blog, portfolio, web store, or whatever else you need. They all look great and you can customize them to do whatever you want. So let me ask you, what kind of project are you ready to start? A podcast like me? Maybe a shop? Whatever it is, it's time to finally build that website you've been putting off. Squarespace helps us run our businesses and they can help you too. If you want your own space on the web, do it with Squarespace. Head over to squarespace.com for a free trial, and then when you're ready to launch, go to our link squarespace.com/cow, because there you're going to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/cow. Now, let's get back to the messages. Hey guys, is it wrong to move into my boyfriend's place? I have a complex progressive disability and currently live with my parents. They are not able to tailor the place to the accommodations I need, and also there is a very traumatic history between us, especially my mom. I am getting worse health-wise, and my boyfriend wants to provide a safe place for me. We have sought out every other options. Friends, family, church people, government, to try and find another way to get me into a home that could provide what I need, but no luck. So we feel like us moving in together is conveniently the only option left. I added the conveniently there. Is the only option as his lease is up and he is willing to help more than anyone else. The problem is we aren't married and my boyfriend isn't ready yet, but we would prefer not to live together before marriage. We are in our late 20s, early 30s, and feel that we can be wise on the physical side of things, especially how my health makes that nearly impossible without some procedures happening first, but want to honor God and don't want to upset him living together before we are married. What is your input? I struggle with being a perfectionist in my face, so I feel like I am just failing, not being able to create. Okay. I didn't want to smash my cell phone. It was sitting right there. I was like, so I smashed Josh's headphones instead.
That's fine.
See, Josh, this is one of those things where somebody gives you 2 bad options, and they say, which would you rather do? And the answer is, I don't want to make the decision. I'm just not there. I'm not there today. I didn't show up to class. The problem is I am in class. Josh Messages is a class, and we're all here together. So I've got to pick one. Does she wither away on the side of the street? Or does she move in with her boyfriend where it's impossible for the physical nature of things to progress? It's hard to know.
Allegedly.
You know, I mean, she didn't go into what it was, so I'm gonna take her word for it. Okay, let me put it this way. I don't care anymore, like what people say. I don't care. I literally don't care. If you're gonna move into your boyfriend's place, I think you guys should get married. Okay? And if that isn't the commitment that we have achieved, then I don't trust the guy. I'm glad he's a nice guy.
Well,
I
think, yeah, but he even said, I don't really want to move in together until we get married, but I'm not ready. So just, you're ready to upend your life and reconstruct your house to accommodate her.
You're ready, yeah, why aren't you ready if you're ready to literally upend your entire life to accommodate you?
I don't have the money, I'm not ready. Well, okay, so what changes?
Right, what changes? They're not. That's what the guy's logic doesn't make sense.
Unless it's just I'm not emotionally ready. But then it's like, what? Then just get over yourself.
I think that's all just BS. Honestly, the more that I think about that argument, I think it's lame. I think that argument is lame.
He just wants to take this for a test run. He's like, can I deal with this?
Maybe he's painted himself into a bit of a box where it's like, look, I'm a nice guy. Okay, he's going into this thinking I am a nice guy. I don't have it all figured out, but I am a nice guy, and I am going to do the right thing.
Prove it.
And so I will sacrifice for you, but just in case, we're not going to get married. I need
to not have signed something.
Yeah, because maybe I'm not a nice guy, and maybe I'm out of here.
Nice.
Maybe I'm not that nice, and maybe this isn't worth it to me. I'm worried that this is gonna put you into a bad situation later on. This might seem like a good little situation and a good setup for like a few months, but then imagine now you have an even worse relationship with your parents because you did, you know, something I'm sure that they're not happy about. You know, I don't know all the ins and outs of your relationship with them. And then you've got this guy who's probably, you know, later on gonna say, this isn't working out for me. And so then where are you? I believe that your boyfriend believes that he is a great guy and doing the right thing, but that can lead somebody astray when they're just trying to prove that. They make a lot of terrible decisions just trying to prove that to themselves. They're not even really trying to prove it to anybody else. They're trying to prove it to themselves. And then that's already a selfish thing. And so then more selfishness comes out of this nice guy complex.
Until he just snaps
one day.
Everything you thought he wasn't mad about, it all comes out in one fight.
I get that when you're in a bad situation, you kind of compromise on logic sometimes because you're scared of your parents, and so, you know, you are like, well, this is the better of two evils. This is almost like voting for a politician, really. He could help you live somewhere. He could help you, if he really cares that much, he could help you pay to live somewhere. I'm just trying to throw out some options. I know that might...
Until he's ready to commit.
Until he's ready to commit. I don't like moving all your stuff in, and then it's like, you know, it's all literally just up to him on a whim. Like, yeah, no, you're out. I think that's just a terrible position for you. And you're totally just going on the trust that this guy believes that he is a nice guy. What does that mean? Just don't do it. Just don't do it. I don't have a solution for you because I don't know the rest of your life. Again, that context, I don't have that context with your parents, all that stuff. But I would say that's not happening right now unless you guys actually can commit to something and there's some skin in the game. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I love logic. That's what that boyfriend was saying. I love logic, but his logic made no sense whatsoever. So he doesn't. He's ill. He's more ill than anybody else today. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Support BlimeyCow.com. Wait, is there a bonus episode?
Not this.
Well, guys, doesn't matter that there's no bonus episode this week because there is so many bonus episodes that we have already made that you will unlock when you go to supportBlimeyCow.com and support us for $7 a month. It is 7.
Yes.
I actually got it right. For once, guys. Don't be messy. And leave good messages.